Alright, this is Who's the Warrior here. I'm gonna do a video over Fury Warriors. Most people say Fury is a shit spec now. I do not believe that. I believe you play your tune as well as you know it, and a lot of people just don't know Fury. So, when it comes down to people saying Fury's terrible, you should go arms, I just kind of wave it off and go, you know what, I know Fury. Um, I'm one of the higher DPS Fury warriors out there. I truly just enjoy Fury more than arms because it's actually fun. Um, I am 8 of 8 heroic content. I have full 410 tier. I do not have any heroic weapons though, very unfortunate. 4 or 5 item level. When it comes down to warriors, you really need to look at the stats and make sure your specs right. Warriors are a very gear dependent class. If you do not have the gear, you will not pull good DPS. Um, and also the stats that it comes down to, Fury Warriors need about 12 to 15% crit. Some people have even more than 15 or hit. My bad. 12 to 15% hit. Some people have more than that, depending on how they feel about it. I'm rocking 12.84% right now on my hit chance. It's right there. Uh, it People say, why do you need that much? It's because your special attacks may have no miss chance at 8%, but your melee swings are going to give you rage, and if you're missing with your regular melee swings, you're not going to be able to get rage. And also, you have let's see, what is it? Precision. Increases your chance to hit with your attacks by 3% and increases the auto attacks damage by 40%. So also, if you do not have the hit rating to bring your rage up, you will also not have the hit rating to get your auto attacks, which actually can do a lot of damage. I know it's one of actually my top damage on my meters when I'm going. So that's one of the reasons you need it. I play Titan's Grip. I've also played Single-Minded Fury. It's very quick. It's very fast. It's probably the equivalent of an enhancement shaman on how fast you hit because of flurry. Um, Specking for a Fury Warrior, you need. This is a basic one. You don't need Die by the Sword. You don't need that at all. You don't need Ferocious Attacks. You don't need Piercing Howl or Blood Craze. You're not going to need Blitz in the arms. You're going to want War Academy, Field Dressing, and Deep Wounds, because your Deep Wounds will be your ticking dot from, well, your bleeds from your crits. And as a Fury Warrior, crits are very, very essential. I only have 2 in Insight. You don't really need 3 in it because your Heroic Strike is not going to be a main part of your rotation unless you have 2 out of the 4 of your tier 13. So I'm going to open my character portrait back up. Hit chance between 12 and 15%. Expertise, you're going to want around 26. If it's like 27, that's okay. If it's 20, I'd get it up a little bit if you could. I'm sitting about 24, but if I had axes, because I'm a orc, I would have more because of the racial. You also need to pay attention to racials. Warriors, you need hit rating and expertise before you do anything else. Before you go into crit and mastery, which are Fury Warrior's better talents or skill. I'll get the words right yet. Stats. You need your expertise and hit done, and then you want to go with crit. Crit will be your biggest thing because flurry will increase your auto attack speed by 25% for the next 3 swings. So that'll help you generate more rage quicker. And then your mastery. The mastery for Fury Warrior is called Unshackled Fury. Increases the benefits of abilities that cause or require you to be enraged by 61%. That's what mine is right now. Each point will give it 5.6%. So, thinking that your Death Wish, which is a very, very nice cooldown, when activated, you become enraged, increasing your physical damage by 32%. So that's gonna make you put out a hell of a lot of DPS. Fury Warriors are very good burst classes. Um, I know a lot of Fury Warriors will put out higher burst than a lot of other classes. My burst is around 55, 60k, depending on what fight. If I have Lust, it'll go up to 65, 70. Um, I'm sitting at about 10.95 mastery. I know some people go higher. I have 21 crit, but I also have Krish of the Final Dragon. Um, when it procs, it gives 3,278 crit. That puts me up to like 40 some percent. And I need to flip that on my bar. Um, when it comes down to this, some people don't know the rotation to Fury. So when it comes to it, I'm just gonna melee on a target real quick. But you're gonna want to have all these set up. You're gonna want your Colossus Smash on your bar, Bloodthirst, Heroic Strike, your Raging Blow, Slam, Execute. Your simple cooldowns are your Inner Rage and your Berserker's Rage. The Berserker's Rage will give you a temporary enrage to use your Raging Blow. So say you're not enraged and you need to use it, click, oh look, it's up. Makes it really simple in case you don't get any enrage effects at any times. And holy crap, I just spawned 3 Girthalax with auto attack. And you can see how much girth is. If I had a heroic girth, it would be even more, but um, some people don't understand that you don't want to use slam unless you get the proc from Bloodthirst. Let's see if I can get one real quick. Also, if you do have Girth-like Voice of the Depths, Bloodthirst is actually one of your best spawning moves for there. I just got a slam proc, so that's the only time you ever want to use slam. Now, there's also something you can do when it comes down to your rotation. You're going to want to make sure you have a lot of rage to do this, but also if you have the 2-set bonus of it, your Heroic Strike costs 10 less rage while Inner Rage is active. So, this is your Inner Rage. It reduces the cooldown of your Heroic Strike to like 1 second from 3, or whatever it is. It's also with Cleave, but Cleave doesn't get the same effect, so it's still rage consumption. But what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to use your Colossus Smash, your Bloodthirst. You're gonna want to make sure these are up if you're not enraged. Your Inner Rage will, like I'm enraged right now, so I'll do Colossus Smash, Inner Rage, Bloodthirst, Heroic Strike, Raging Blow, Heroic Strike, Bloodthirst. That's gonna be part of the rotation that you're gonna want because it will keep you, what's the word? It'll keep you doing something the whole time, and it'll also utilize your whole Colossus Smash. The 4-set bonus for a Warrior's tier 13, your Bloodthirst has a 6% chance and your Mortal Strike has a 13% chance to apply a Colossus Smash effect on your target for 6 seconds. That'll pretty much be like you have one Colossus Smash up and your Bloodthirst happens, it'll give you the same thing. It's very nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't proc that much, which is rather annoying, but they had to nerf Fury so much because no one could keep up with Fury. Um, but I still believe that if you know what you're doing, Fury is a very good spec to play. Um, let's see. Your major cooldowns that you're going to have, if you're an Orc, you're going to want your Blood Fury on your bar, Recklessness, Death Wish. These are your main DPS cooldowns. Your Recklessness is a very powerful move. If you're doing heroic content and say you're on Heroic Madness and Cataclysm comes up, you need some big crits, pop Recklessness during Cataclysm, and I guarantee you will have some of the biggest crits you've ever seen. It grants special attacks an additional 50% chance to critically hit. So, say I have Raging Blow up and it didn't do a crit, it would have a 50% higher chance to crit. And right now I have 23% chance to crit, so that would put it up to like a 73% chance, which is very nice because it'll give you Flurry, which will keep you raged, uh, your rage full. Now, also, something people always mess up on is when it comes down to Fury, you cannot spam your buttons. That's one of the biggest mistakes Fury Warriors will make, is the fact that they will spam their buttons and then will go out of rage. This will be your biggest DPS fall that you can ever get by losing all your rage. If you run out, you will not have enough to do your special moves, and most likely your battle shout or your commanding shout or whatever you're using for that is going to be on cooldown. So you're not going to be actually able to do anything. You're just going to be melee attacking, and if you don't have enough hit, you're not going to get any rage, and you're just going to drop in DPS. That's one of the biggest things people mess up on. And they're like, oh, I can't play Fury because I go out of rage. Well, stop spamming your buttons. It's not flipping arms. Arms you like rarely run out of rage, and that's why it's ridiculous. But Fury, if you run out of rage, your DPS is gone. You might as well just like pack your bags and go home. Um, Let me see what else. When it comes down to gems and enchants and stuff like that, you're going to want to maximize your strength. But if you have something that doesn't have a strength thing or it has a crit, you want crit on it. If you have something like boots, you want the 50 mastery enchant. You want the 20 stam. Um, when it comes down to like gear and stuff like that, as I said, warriors are very, very gear dependent. So you don't have the good gear, you're not going to pull good DPS. You can pull decent DPS, but not good. Um, I don't know, maybe I should do like a dungeon or something real quick to show you, but I'll do that in a little bit. Um, I would advise, if you have any talents that you're gonna have, or not talents, but professions. I am blacksmithing and enchanting gives you the ability to enchant your rings for 40 strength. It's very nice to have. It puts your strength up a lot. Also, blacksmithing, you get the extra socket bonus on your gloves and your wrists, which is very nice too, especially if you have epic gems in them like I do. So that's just 100 extra strength that you can get. Um, right now, my stats, I have 8,574 strength. Um, Once I start melee attacking and stuff like that, I will actually have a lot more strength than I do stamina, which is very nice. It's not very often that you see people that have that. My attack power right now is 17,573. Um, Fully buffed, it's around 23k. It's very nice to get. I know it's small compared to like maybe a combat rogue or a feral druid, but when it comes down to warriors, as I said, you gotta have good gear to be good. Um, that's pretty much Fury Warriors, not in action. Also, if you're discouraged about Fury Warrior DPS and you go to the dummies and you're not pulling very good, also something that you need to keep in mind, warriors don't pull as good DPS on dummies as they do in actual fights. Because in actual fights, when you take damage, you gain rage. So it'll also give you a little bit of rage regeneration in that fact. So you're not going to be taking as much damage. You're not going to be taking any damage versus dummies. But in the fight, you're actually going to be taking some damage, gaining some rage. So you're not going to out-rage yourself. And also you're going to have group buffs for everything else. So I'm just going to DPS on the dummy real quick. Like right there. I I completely messed up my rotation because I out-raged myself. But like I said, without group buffs and stuff, DPS for a Fury Warrior on a dummy can be a lot lower. I popped up to 40k right there. But other than that, that's really the simpleness of Fury Warriors. If you have any more questions, leave comments below, and I'll see if I can answer them for you. This is Who's the Warrior out.